The case is empty. Just the case, sitting there on the shelf, cover facing out like it's daring you to open it. Somebody beat you here. You don't even know their name, but right now, you kind of hate them. This was back when a Friday night plan started with a car ride, not a click. You didn't just decide what to watch. You had to go find it first. You'd walk the aisles slow like you had all night, even when you didn't. Cover art did all the talking back then. No trailer, no reviews on your phone, just a picture, a tagline, and maybe a blurb on the back that somebody wrote in about 4 minutes. You'd pick it up, turn it over, read the back twice, like it might say something different the second time. Sometimes, you judged a movie entirely on the font of its title, and somehow, that worked out more often than it should have. The new release wall was its own kind of gamble. Half the slots empty, cases turned backward or just totally gone. And you'd stand there, doing math in your head, wondering if it was worth asking the guy at the counter if there was one more copy left in the back somewhere. Sometimes there was. Most times there wasn't, and you walked away with your second choice, telling yourself it was actually your first choice all along. The store had a smell. You'd know it if you walked into it right now. Carpet and plastic. And that blast of freezing air conditioning right by the door. You didn't go alone, usually. It was you and your brother, arguing about the last slot in the cart. Or you and your mom, compromising on something you both could live with. Nobody agreed right away. That was half the point. Sometimes the guy behind the counter would lean over and say, "You know, if you like that one, you should try this one." And you'd trust him. Not because he had a badge or a rating system, just because he worked there and he seemed to actually mean it. You'd walk out with 2 movies instead of 1. The car ride home felt different when you had something waiting on the passenger seat. Like the night hadn't started yet, but it was already good. 2 days. That was the deal on anything new. You'd do the math before you even left the store. Watch it tonight, maybe again tomorrow, then get it back before the window closed. Sometimes you didn't make it. Sometimes it sat on top of the TV for 4 extra days because life got in the way, and you knew exactly what that meant before you even walked through the door to return it. The clerk would type something in, get quiet for a second, look you dead in the eyes, and then say the number. And it never felt fair. It felt like getting caught. There was a sticker too, on the VHS tapes. Be kind, rewind. Half a warning, half a guilt trip, stuck right on the case like the store was already assuming the worst about you. And then there was the format itself. You'd get home, kids buzzing around the TV, and realize the copy you grabbed was the wrong one. Wrong tape for your machine. Or the DVD region didn't play right. Or the store just didn't have the version you actually wanted. But you made do. You always made do. But you started noticing you were spending more time managing the rental than watching the movie. Sometimes the movie you wanted was already gone. Somebody else had it. So you did the thing nobody does anymore. You waited. You'd ask the guy behind the counter to hold it for you, and he'd write your name on a little slip of paper and clip it to the case when it came back. 2 days, maybe 3. You'd think about it in between, wonder if it was actually going to be as good as the cover made it look. And when you finally got the call, or just showed up and saw your name still taped there, it felt like winning something. Small, sure, but real. That was just Friday. Most weeks. Same drive, same parking spot, same argument about what to get. You didn't think of it as a ritual back then. It was just what Friday was. But the routine is what made the good nights feel earned, and the bad nights feel like they'd pass by next week anyway. You didn't know it yet, but that whole rhythm was about to get interrupted by something that looked like it was making things easier. Nobody saw it coming from a red envelope. Netflix started as a mailbox thing. No late fees, no driving anywhere, just a DVD that showed up at your door, and another one waiting behind it in your queue. People signed up because it solved the parking lot, and the late fee, and the empty new release wall, all at once. It felt like a convenience, not an ending. The stores were still there, still lit up at night, still smelling like carpet and plastic. But the foot traffic started thinning out, in a way nobody really talked about yet. Then the mail slowed down, because it didn't need to be mail anymore. Streaming showed up quiet at first. One library, sitting there on a screen, ready whenever you were. No case to hold, no drive to make, no clerk to ask if there was one more copy in the back. You didn't have to choose anymore. Not really. Whatever was on the home screen chose for you. Then a second library showed up, then a third, then a fourth you forgot you were even paying for, each one holding on to a few shows you actually wanted. So picking something for Friday night meant checking all of them first. And it happened slow enough that most people didn't clock the exact night it changed. There was just a night when the store wasn't the plan anymore, and then another night after that. And eventually, the building had a for lease sign in the window, and you drove past it, doing 45 without even slowing down. Nobody misses the late fee. Nobody misses the empty new release wall. But you knew what you wanted back then. You stood in front of one wall, and you picked. You couldn't walk away from a movie back then. You'd already committed the 2 days, so you sat with it. You gave it a real chance, even when the first 10 minutes felt slow, and more often than not, that was enough to make you like it. Now you can quit before the opening credits even finish. No cost, no consequence, no clerk waiting on you Tuesday. So you bail on things you might have loved, because bailing doesn't cost you anything anymore. You've got one remote with a million options loaded onto it. But finding the one thing you actually wanted still meant opening an app, and then another, and then a third, because the first two didn't have it. Streaming split itself into a dozen little kingdoms, and every option in every one of them is fighting for the same 10 seconds of your attention. And somehow, you end up watching nothing. You're standing right in front of all of it, and none of it sticks. Or you watch whatever loaded first, because deciding started to feel like work. The choosing didn't get easier, it just got noisier. Maybe the gem was never really the movie. Maybe it was the 2 days you spent wanting it. There's a lot of lost art still buried in the everyday stuff nobody talks about. We'll keep digging.